How's it guys? Today I'm gonna do some emerging conduit blitzing, and if all goes according to plan, I should be in two systems that don't have their ECs ran very frequently. So in theory I should be able to do the EC in this system, then bounce over to the next system, do the EC there, then bounce back to this one, and hopefully it should be spawned by that time and I can run it again. So here's to the theory. I'll show the fit of the ship at the end of the video clip. This is a Vindicator, so I did go quite blingy on it, and but it's mainly just to test the theory to see if I can actually run a site over here, complete it, go to the next system, run the site, complete it, come back to this site, and then run the site again, and see how much money you can make out of it. So here we go. I'll try and talk through it as I go along. Get my spinny bit spinning. So first thing is, at the back here there's two rocks. You only select the front one normally, so approach that one, and behind it somewhere, is it this one? No, it's not this one, that one. I normally just do a, where is it, warp to 70 kilometers. If you want to set a warp to 80, that's actually much better, but 70 works just as well. Righty, so you press Control, left click, drag in space. That allows you to target all the stuff around you. Let's drop the drones, get this bad boy going, and there we go. Put the drones on that one, web the next targets along. That way it's already slowed down a little bit once the blasters are done with the first guy. There we go, first guy down, boom. Get that going, move the drones with the web. So I'm not doing any specific order, I'm basically just shooting what's the biggest stuff first, because they deal more damage obviously. Okay, let's move everything over, and there we go. Blap, blap, blap. This is actually doable in a Megatron. It's going to be a very tight fit to start off with. You see what I forgot? I forgot to launch this. Launch for self. We're not going to be salvaging anyone or anything, so salvage won't be a major concern for us. But I do want to loot, because you do sometimes get a few nice things to loot. Righty, focus down, focus, focus, focus. I see my drones have been working on something else, that's fine. We can always move it. It's not the end of the world, we're only doing a blitz. Okay, let's get the drones moved over. Move drones, move. Get the big boys doing their work. There we go. Okay, so it gets some getting used to getting the web on the next targets along, and having the drones move over. You can theoretically leave the drones. I've got my drones set to aggressive and focus fire. Okay, oh nice small spawn. Okay, so on this wave you basically just put your drones on Zoria. There you go, drones, boo boo boo, and we just blap. Did I target all the big stuff? Yes I did. Okay, nice. So I'm gonna be strategic about this and get the ghosting out of the way, because he's doing tracking disruption. Let's get the starving out of the way as well. I don't like the starvings. Not that they're gonna kill my cap, but still. Okay, the renewing, it's not a major issue. The renewing, the amount of healing they do is almost negatable. Right, let's get the starvings down. I'll pop the renewing and leave the dangling until I've got Zoria popped. So here's just an interesting tidbit for those of you who didn't know. if I now go and shoot this dangling... Oh wait, nothing will happen, absolutely nothing will happen. Right, if there's a Zoria left and another ship, like it is now, and I go and I pop the other ship, then the Zoria will just fly away. So always, if you've got Zoria on grid and you've got at least one more ship, first pop the Zoria. Once the Zoria is popped, then move over to the other ship, and the other guy won't be flying away anytime soon. Okay, so because we're not going to do any salvaging, so I'll just select these guys quickly and just pop them quick, so the MTU doesn't waste time to try and get those things going. Right, so we can only grab what we want. Drones, come back. Oh, there's another one. Righty, and pop. Okay, so now the MTU should just bring in those two guys. Let's reload back to Void, so we're ready for the next run. Okay, what have we collected so far? So we got the 4.5 million, and then tax goes off of that. Luckily our corporation tax is quite low. So tax goes off, and then you get the loot as well. So if you do the math for this site, if you say 4.5 plus 13, I would say that was a good site. Right, scoop this guy back, scoop the cargo hold, and go to next system.
Warp drive active.
Okay, I saw this a video clip of a guy who was doing blitzing. That was before the surgical strike update, and he did it in a cheap Megathron. Well, I say cheap, it was about 700 million for the Megathron, but I mean 700 million is not really that much if you consider the amount of money that you'll be making out of this, especially if you get two relatively quiet systems close to each other. And also, since I think surgical strike, the respawn rates on these things have changed quite a bit. What this guy did is he did the site in one system, and then he waited basically for it to respawn, and went and did it again in the same system. I think the respawn rates have changed because I need to wait quite a while. Whoa, hello. You see, nobody's in this system almost ever. Right, let's go there. I need to bounce between systems to get more ISK efficiency, in my opinion. Because the amount of time I sit waiting for a site to respawn is just too long. So two systems, two relatively quiet systems where nobody else is running ECs. If someone else is running ECs, get them into fleet. You'll get a lot more money a lot quicker. The only difference is only one of you should have a MTU out. Otherwise, you're going to be fighting at some stage. Okay, so there we go. Rinse and repeat. Get back onto grid. There we land. So zoom out quite a bit, and then what's it? Shift left click drag. You get an asteroid there. Click look at, approach, zoom out, select the asteroid behind it, and where's this thing? Warp within 70. Get your hardness on. If the hardness aren't on, you might have a bit of a difficult time. Zoom out a little bit so you can see this cloud here at the bottom. That's typically where your enemies will come from. Launch for self. Left click drag with a control left click drag, sorry. And there we go. Launch the drones. So much to remember. No, I'm joking, it's not too much to remember. There we go. Okay, yeah, whatever. Let's pop this guy next, just to switch it up a little bit. The drones are working on that guy, so he's just one shot away from being dead. Let's make him dead. Bloops. Drones move over, webs move over, and get your control left click ready for the next wave to spawn. And there we go. 3! Only 3! We're gonna have a hell of a last wave maybe. If not, I can maybe submit this as a world record attempt. Okay, there we go. I was actually quite slow out of the blocks to start off with, so even if it does go smooth from here on in, I don't think it will be a super quick run. But anyway, let's still see how quick we can get it done. Okay, let's have our pre-locks going, and boom. Hopefully Zoria is close enough so we can get a sneaky shot on Zoria. Let's see. No, Zoria's too far away. Okay, so get the drones on Zoria, and here it's oh wow, I forgot to enable my Raper. Okay, I'm gonna have to overheat. See, that's what happens when I talk too much. Okay, let's see if we can survive this. Yeah, I know. Okay, let's get the big stuff off the field first. Wow, that was stupid. Even for my own standards, that was very stupid. Okay, so I'll show you in the next run how it should actually be done. This was not it. Okay. But even though I made that very critical mistake, I still think we should be fine. If we're not fine, well, it's going to be expensive lost mail. Because like I said, I did not go cheap on anything over here. This is a thought experiment more than anything else. Righty, so we are at this stage again where we need to load our null. So we can get Zoria down first. Okay, and once Zoria is down, we can pop this guy and life should be beautiful. If we can do it today, that would also be nice. It's almost like we're not hitting this. Oh, the drones aren't keeping up. I just wish I had a web. I can actually go and buy a web that reaches over 15 kilometers, but it's another few 100 mil. Anyway, let's get the drones back in. And what did we get? Reload this back to void so long. We should be fine. What did we get? Oh wow, horrible loot. Horrible. Okay, where are we? 2.8 million. Let's just wait for Zorias to come in. Okay, I'll take this along. Come on. Oh, horrible. Anyway, let's take what we want. We do scoop to cargo hold, everything else is fine. And then we go back to the system we were just at. So I'm warping back to the previous system. And in theory the EC should already be spawned, and if someone is not running it, we can just go in and run it again. This time I'll do it properly with the with the armor repairer. There's something. You see, I always forget the nanite repair paste, because now there's a perfect opportunity to use it. At some stage I overheated my guns, and there was a perfect opportunity to actually use it. I think it's just something I need to build into my normal ship fits. But look at all these sites. Amazing. I might get myself an auto-targeting ship and just come and run these guys for escalation purposes. Oh, okay, well, epic fail. Seems like someone else is running the ECs. Or it just hasn't respawned yet. Can it be that it hasn't respawned yet? I don't think so. We went that quick. Okay. Oh well, epic fail from my side. So to give you an idea of the payouts that I generated from this, if I got a bit of a chance to run them, it was 1313, 1320, 28. So it's about, what's this, 7 minutes, 8 minutes, 8 minutes, 9 minutes, 8 minutes. There was 9 minutes between those, 8 minutes between those bunch over there. So if you get two systems that nobody else is running sites in, you can expect payouts every 2 to 3 minutes, 7 to 8 minutes. Okay, well, it's unfortunate that someone else is running the sites as well. Oh wait, were we actually that quick?
Warp drive active.
It's impossible. What do you call these things? Corporate reward payouts. We did a 7-minute switch over, and it's now 10:11. Okay, well, let's see if I complete the... Wow, if that's actually the case, if I can get a 3 or 4 system loop that I can run, that would even be better. What? This thing might actually be quicker than I thought. Awesome. I did some minor tweaks last night on the fit before I started to run today. What's this? Warp to within 70. There we go. I'm sorry guys, the clip is already about 16-17 minutes long. I promise this will be the last one, then I'll show the fit. And like I said, it's not going to come cheap. It's going to be expensive. But okay, spin the spinny bits. Get these guys locked and popped. Drones out. Okay, awesomeness. That is something I don't understand. How am I able to target this frigate before I can target the destroyer? It doesn't make sense. Okay, you see, this time I'm actually using the armor rep. I'll just use it for one cycle over here. We don't need to. It's not like we're going to run out of cap, but still. Prefer to do it the proper way. There we go. So let's see if I get the frigate. Oh, because the frigates enable their micro warp drive. Okay, don't worry, I answered myself. Let me see. Okay, there we go. Let's get ripping through these guys. Okay, armor repair is running, so I'm feeling a lot better about this run already. Let's pop that guy so long. The drones on this one. Soften it up for us, boys. Soften it up. Okay. Wow. One hit wonder. Okay, let's pop it and get the last wave in. Okay. Hopefully we can get a quick shot on Zoria. Zoria. Go on, get a shot on. No, not the drone. Not the drone. Oh, nice, we got a shot on Zoria. Awesome. Okay, so that one single shot on Zoria made a huge difference. I think you'll see it as we approach the end of this site. Okay, let's get these bad boys going so long. Fire at the big guy first. And then after this big guy, I'll look at the... No, there's no tracking disruption. I thought there was tracking disruption. Right, so next we'll do the starving. And after the starving, let's see, we'll do the starving. Then the blinding. And then I'll go over to null and get this Zoria sorted out quickly. Let's see. I've got a little visitor over here. Hello. This is my son Werner. Werner, daar is die camera. Vaai vir hulle, sê hallo. Okay, so there we go. We've got Zoria popped, and let's get this guy popped. I'd be very interested to see the splits on this. 7-minute split. No, oh wait. We're waiting for the new transaction. That's not the new transaction. Oh, there we go. 8-minute split, so nobody else was running the site in here. We were just completing them so quickly. Okay, so new theory. If you can get 3 systems that goes in a loop, then you should be able to get maximum profit out of this setup. So what is this setup, you say? Let's just loot this first. Oh, wow. And there you go, Zoria is also empty. Okay, well this also happens from time to time. So that was horrible. Okay, let's scoop that to cargo hold. What is the setup, you say? Well, the setup is this. It is expensive, I know, but I had a few things lying around and I thought, let's build something. So it's a Vindicator. We've got 8 neutron blaster cannon 2s on it. We've got 2 large cap batteries, the Thucker. I don't want to say it because it sounds horrible when I say it. So I've just got 3 stasis web 2s on it. So I was contemplating about dropping another 200 or 300 million on the ship to get something that reaches out over 15 kilometers. That will slow the Zoria down, and that will obviously speed the whole site up, I would say, by another 30 to 40 seconds. So if you are planning to run it in 3 different systems, then obviously that would be a good thing. Will I ever recover my 1.8 billion plus the 300 that I want to spend over here? Yeah, I think I might. And the reason I'm saying I think I might is because you're going to look at payouts every 5 to 6 minutes of about 4 and a bit million. So if you're looking at payouts of 4.5 million every 6 minutes, that would give you 45 million an hour, plus the loot you'll get, which is normally about 1.5 times the amount that you get from the actual sites. So that would put you at 60, so that's going to be just over 110 million per hour that you'll make out of this fit. Can this fit be used for anything else? Of course it can be. I mean, you can just change your mids out a little bit. Yeah, man. You can change your mid slots out a little bit, and you should be able to run missions if you want to run missions. Okay, they might not accept you with this kind of rigs in a incursion fleet, but you can actually change this out for incursion rigs and still be able to run these sites. Capacitor wise, let's just have a look quickly. If I take these bad boys out, capacitor last 540. Okay, with a bit of tweaking you might be able to get it going. What's this doing? Okay, it gets more repair. Okay, so just for interest sake, the stats on my ship, 1981.7 DPS, 234 coming from the drones, and the actual drones I've got in here is the Republic Fleet Berserkers. That's part of the reason why I want the long web, because the longer web will have Zoria moving a lot slower, because we all know that Vindicators get that 10% web effectiveness, which is awesome. So that's basically the fit. Oh, and then obviously you would probably need to know I'm running a specific clone that I normally use for missions or for armored tanked abyssal sites, which reminds me I'll do a armored tanked abyssal site at some point. Um, and this one is specifically for this specific ship. So there is the large hybrid turrets. It's only 3% additional damage, but I mean it's 3%. This guy, surgical strike, 3% bonus to all turret damages, so that includes smaller ones. I like to have some cap uh, implants going, and then tracking. Tracking is extremely important if you want to go sit point blank and shoot everything in the face. So guys, that's me. Um, I don't think there's anything else that I need to mention about this setup. I have tested it. You can see that before a while ago I did a bunch of sites, and the payouts are basically every 7 to 8 minutes. If you can get 3 systems with ECs in it, I think you can get your payouts to below 6 minutes even. Anyway, if you like the content, please like and subscribe. Leave me a comment if you need to drop me anything. If you want to have a cheaper version of this, I can try and make a Megatron version. I'm not sure if it's possible after the surgical strike changes, but yeah, if possible, I'll try and do it. Thanks guys, cheers, keep well.